It's over here, sweetie. I saw it. They're
Yeah. Thank you. I'm losing it.
I know.
Now, fine.
Oh, girls, I'm excited. Yes, it'll be good.
Honey, see if you like anything in here, and then I have another one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Be using it.
Okay. Who needs Excedrin?
Yay. Huh? Excedrin!
I can't wait to play these songs, man. I can't wait to play I Want You Back.
Yeah.
And
it's going to be a great set. It's a very exciting set.
and the last song, and I hope people react to the last song the way that we all react to it.
Oh, I hope so. And all these songs by Darling New Orleans. Oh, with No Cost for Night.
Just waiting for that downbeat. You know what I mean? Then it's on.
He's got so many feet, he's got 4.
Yeah, man, let me go. Yeah, man.
Let's go. We're gonna go.
Let's do it.
Come on, get some troubles off your chest. You brought your sins to the right address. All you scoundrel brothers, so wicked and lewd. And all of you sisters hiding your moral turpitude. Delicious sinners, the faithless, the depraved of you. We welcome you here tonight. We've come here to save you. I'll show you the way.
This is the back house in which I live in currently. We have the front house, we have the office, and then way back. Casa de Babyface.
Was LA daunting when you first moved here? Had you been to LA before?
No, never been. I remember driving down the 101. Michelle's next to me. We're driving down, and someone starts beeping at me, honking in the lane next to me, and I was like, don't look. Just don't look. And finally, after like 6 or 7 honks, I finally look over, and this person's like, roll down the window. And I was like, oh, God. So I rolled down the window. I was like, yeah? And he had seen my license plate and was like, Vermont, right on! And he drove off, and I was like, oh, God, sweet Jesus, thank you. And I kept driving, and it was sort of like one of those sort of wake-up calls, like, wait a minute, okay, take it easy. It's maybe a lot less daunting. But the cool thing was we literally, our apartment was right behind Mann's Chinese Theater on Hollywood Boulevard, Walk of Fame. That was my backyard. So the Walk of Fame was great to see all the names and see Mann's Chinese Theater for the first time. I'm not going to lie, it was fantastic. It was really great. And it was inspirational in the sense of, like, I was finally here. It was only a couple months later, a friend of mine invited me to this thing called a casting director workshop, where you go and you literally just meet a casting director, read some scenes, blah, blah, blah. And just from doing that, she invited me into this audition for a co-star role on a TV show. It was actually Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And I thought, wow, this is easy. You know, I can just sort of come into town, get a part. Boom, didn't work for 3 more years at all. Not even anything.
Done, right? That's all you need to do today?
That was it. I am done. I'm out of here. They needed me to come just to the parking lot. Bow. Welcome to the set of Moby Dick, the retelling of Herman Melville's classic In a Nuclear Submarine. you know, if you have a favorite movie or something, you'll pop it on when you want to see it and you love it and it sticks with you. But like that music that you love is always with you, and it's visceral. It's almost like a scent. It's almost like a memory when you hear music. And so, for Vaud and the Villains, we're playing music that I have loved since high school, and to be a part of the sound is something that any musician will tell you. When you're actually a part of the sound that's happening, it's a whole different thing. There are times on stage where I can just close my eyes. I can just close my eyes and listen and just appreciate as I'm doing. Whereas acting, you have to be fully in. You have to be that character. You have to eliminate who you are. Whereas in music, you get to explore who you are. So that's an interesting way of putting it, I guess.
Let's try it from the top. Ready?
It was down in the old Jones Farm, on the corner of Murder and Main. Went out stepped old Joe McGinty, and here were the words he said. So that you only have like 7 people that you give it. Right now, leave the baskets here.
Do you do any other work besides, you know, your gigs with Vaud and the Villains and this currently, or?
Yes, well, a bunch of side jobs. I do temp work. I do reception work at a hedge fund and a couple of other places. You know, I don't really think about it because I don't care. Basically, you know, there's no love in it. I'm kind of like, whatever. It's a means for a paycheck, but it's not really how I would define myself, you know.
All right. Okay, wait.
Sorry.
I used to get nervous when I first started with the Villains, just because it was the first time I was really doing something that meant, like singing music that really meant something to me. And I wasn't just doing someone else's bidding, you know what I mean? I just want to do the best I can and I want people to like me, or at least like what I'm doing, you know. I love Do You Know What It Means to Miss New Orleans. That song has definitely been like the story of my life, as far as always having to be on the road and never being able to be close to family or be around them. And it actually took me quite a while to be able to get through it without breaking down after Katrina, because when all of that happened, when you move around as much as I do, your home becomes this elevated thing in your mind and in your life. You know, it's like, yes, you know, home, it's so exciting, and you always have those memories of what that is with you, especially when you're kind of lonely or going through rough times and stuff. And the hardest thing for me when that happened was coming to the realization that it was never going to be like that again. Like, all those things, you know, that feeling that I got walking into my grandmother's house or walking down the street or going to the corner store or hanging out in the quarters with all my musician friends, like the things that were, that I was like, yes, this feels right, those things are gone. And so it's nice when I'm sitting there in, you know, hours of traffic not moving, and I'm like, I can daydream and think, God, I wouldn't have to deal with this if I was home. Or it's just a nice break when I can leave and go home and just smell the flowers and take a walk. And I have shoes in the car, flip-flops. Gotta have that. Oh, that's when I need to go and get my dress. All right, I'm changing into this. You cannot follow me. I love to tell stories, and I like reminding people of their humanity, you know, and American folk is like, it's something that everyone can relate to at some point. You know, they're like, this was my experience, you know, I was going through this difficult time, and this is what I said to myself, or this is how I'm going to do it. It's like, you listen to it and you know you're not alone in whatever, you know, in whatever it could be, you know, whether we do, you know, a blues song, it's like, you know, yes, I'm feeling blue. Everyone goes through that. That's something people can relate to. And there's something about listening to it in the musical form that is very comforting, and it lets you know, oh, you know, there's someone else who feels my pain out there. And the thing is that, like, that's a normal reaction from like people that come out to, you know, see the show, to experience it. You know, that, you know, people have been like, oh, they're like, I'm really not religious, but man, I felt like that's, you know, I feel like maybe that's what it's like for, you know, some people who go to church. Like, you know, that's the feeling that they're seeking. Like, I felt that after I left. And all I can say is, well, thank you, then I know I'm doing what the hell I'm supposed to be doing.